Well, I'm not even going to give you a backstory on this one, but it's an old Escort station wagon, and trying to do a little cheap fix here. As with a lot of these automatic belts, this one doesn't work. This piece was actually all the way down here and it wouldn't move. So I took it off and took it apart, and what I found was this cable here around this bend. Well, actually it was up at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but it was frayed. It was getting pinched in there and it wouldn't move. So I got that free. I took a screwdriver and just kind of twisted and pulled this apart just enough to pull that out. And now I've got this back where it's supposed to be. Now here on the side of the door, you can see that there's the mechanism that turns it, and an Allen wrench fits in there, and you can turn that and retract the cable. So what I'm going to do next is turn that, retract that cable, bolt it all back up, and it's not going to move, but at least it'll be in the right spot and not in the middle of the door like it was before. What a hunk of junk. Well, there we go. I got it all fixed back up the way it's supposed to be. Still a little bit of slack in it, but at least it's over here and not way up here. I also fixed that thing. The button was jammed in, and I just kind of wiggled it around, pried it up. Now it works good. One thing I don't know if I can fix is this shifter. You have to watch me shift, I guess. You got to push it all the way into the seat and then forward to get first, and then you pull it back, and anywhere in here is third. And then push it all the way over to the left and up, and that's fifth. And there's just a ton of slop in this thing, so it was a bitch to drive, because you got to make sure you're all the way over, otherwise you jam it in third and you won't go nowhere. And same thing here. If you're going into fifth and you don't have it all the way over, you throw it into third, and then the engine will just rev out of control if you're going fast enough. So I'm not sure if there's a way to take up that slack or not. I'll have to look at it, but we got that fixed. Usually, if you can't turn that thing behind here, there's a little plastic cap, and you can't really see it, but you pull that off, and there'll be a place you can put a hex wrench. And if you can't turn that to pull the cable, then you're going to have to take the whole thing off and actually look in there and see where the cable's jamming. It's probably jamming right in here, I would assume, because that's where that cable makes a bend. It rides in a little circle, but there's a hole in that circle, and it can slide into a slot and get stuck. So most people will tell you, oh, you got to replace the whole thing, but you don't. If you can get that cable unstuck from wherever it is, you can push that in and then reel that cable back. And then if the motor's still working, which this one isn't, you can unplug that and leave it in this position and just reach your seat belt around and plug it in manually, and then you won't get pulled over by the cops. Well, I ended up having to make my own bushing. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it. And now first gear barely touches the seat. I'm in first. Second, third's in the middle, fourth, and fifth, I'm not even close to touching the seat. And she jams into fifth. Reverse is much easier to get into. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's much better shifting than it was before. So that'll work. I didn't want to spend any money on this car because the chick that's gonna buy it doesn't think she wants it because, well, the shifter and the seat belt, but now they're pretty much taken care of. So we'll see if she wants to buy it still. Not from me. It's from somebody else. She wanted me to look at it, and it's kind of a pile. $300, so it ain't bad. Needs tie rod ends for sure. And it looked like there was a slight oil leak, but it's like 1 in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and look at that tomorrow. What a hunk of junk. Well, it turns out she's not going to buy it. Her friend is actually going to buy it. Now I would have showed you guys when I was under the car fixing the shifter, putting a new well, homemade bushing in. But my light is kind of crappy. It's seen better days. So I didn't do it. I could barely see what I was doing. So now that I got the shifter working better and the seatbelt going, let's take her for a burn. Alright, let's see if she's going to start. Hey, that bolt don't belong in here. Oh yeah. Half a tank of gas too. And 1.9 liters of Fury. Yep, goes into gear pretty good. Brakes stop good. I can find all the gears alright. That ain't bad. Kind of hard to shift and drive and hold the camera and hold my coffee at the same time, but I'm doing it. Yeah, she's a motoring son of a gun. I had to set you down to kind of make all those turns I had to do, but yeah, she runs pretty good. E-brake even works. Sorta. Oh well. Let's pop the hood and take a look. Gas cap door don't shut. Missing a door lock on the passenger side. No big deal. Oh yeah, that's power right there. Walmart battery. You know, despite how it looks, the thing came from I guess Texas back in '05. And even though there's rust on the outside, the underside is actually real clean, so there won't be any fuel or brake line issues, I don't think. At least not yet.